Center occupies the land of the Ho-Chunk people. Please take a moment to celebrate and honor this ancestral Ho-Chunk land and the sacred lands of all indigenous peoples. Will the Secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Alberts?
Here.
Mr. Begneski?
Here.
Ms. Berkedal? Here. Dr. Garcia?
Absent.
Dr. Jimenez?
Here.
Mr. Manka?
Absent.
Mr. Newmeister?
Absent.
Dr. Sprague?
Here.
Ms. Sukla? Here.
Quorum of the Board of Education is present, so the budget approval and levy certification meeting of October 28th, 2024 is called to order. And we'll now have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and face the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight's agenda has previously been distributed to the board, and I would entertain a motion at this time with a second to approve the agenda as submitted unless there's a motion to amend.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Moved by Dr. Sprague, seconded by Ms. Berkedal to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Motion has carried. We'll move on to public speakers, which I believe no one is registered to speak. Therefore, we'll move into the information item, which is the Act 99 Employee Benefit Trust Account Report, and I'll turn it over to Ms. Spring.
That's correct.
So this is a requirement of school districts and municipalities that have a trust fund for the purpose of post-employment benefits. So we are required to report it to you on an annual basis. So we have a contribution to two different types of post-employment benefits. One is the regular OPEB, which is a contribution to an HRA after retirement. All of our employees are eligible for that. And the non-OPEB, which is a stipend into a TSA. So we show the ins and outs, the beginning balances, the ending balances for the year. So what does this mean? So our HRA OPEB is fully funded right now. There's that means that the ending balance of $10 million is sufficient to pay those benefits for quite a few years. However, the non-OPEB stipend is not fully funded. It's about 67% funded at this time. There was a contribution of $1.9 million made in the last year, but as you can see, the disbursements were 1.3. So that one is not keeping up with the disbursements. So we tend to try to keep funding that one so that we will get to that point where it is fully funded and we do not have to make contributions in the future. Any questions?
So I think I'm misunderstanding something. On the non-OPEB, so the contributions made were 1.9 million. We earned a little bit of interest, and then we had disbursements of 1.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we not keeping up with it? What am I missing?
Because we have outstanding liability on that.
Oh, okay.
So our liability is about 15 million.
Oh, okay, so that's not.
But we only
okay.
have a balance of 10 million.
Okay.
Okay,
What is the outstanding liability on the other one then?
6 million.
Okay, thank you.
So I did see, Ms. Spring, we did not make any contributions to the OPEB regular.
Right.
Is the idea that we are trying to push whatever contributions could have been made there into the non-OPEB in order to try to catch up and fully fund that account?
Yes.
Okay.
And we cannot over-contribute to either one of these funds because then the expense is not categorically aided in special ed. So there's some caveats there.
So another reason why we want to bring that OPEB down so that we are not as well-funded.
Correct.
Makes sense.
How much is in the budget that's up for approval this evening for contributions for this coming school year?
2.2 million.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, this is an information item, so we will move on to the action portion of the agenda. The first item of the agenda is the approval of the 2024-2025 original budget and levy, and so there will be two motions for us to act on. The first motion about approving the original budget as presented, and the second one about approving the certified levy in a specified amount. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Spring again for the presentation.
Sure. Now, I am hoping that everyone received the email with the updates on, in comparison to what the budget hearing numbers were, as opposed to the actual numbers once all the numbers were known. So our estimates were very close, according to our update. And we just underestimated the third Friday count a bit, but we also underestimated the cost of the voucher schools. So all in all, it was not a major difference in the levy that we are setting or in the budgets. It's still a balanced budget that we are presenting. Also, the levy increase was minimal to what we estimated, and the mill rate was about 6 cents more than we had estimated it to be. We estimated a mill rate of $7.19, and it ends up to be $7.25. It's still 69 cents lower than last year. And the levy is 2 million, about 2 million less than last year.
Questions for Ms. Spring?
I move to approve the 2024-25 original budget as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Ms. Birkedahl, seconded by Dr. Sprague, to approve the 2024-2025 original budget as presented. Any more discussion before we vote? Mr. Alberts, I would just want to make sure, since you're virtual, sometimes we forget to check this screen, so we're good? Okay. Any other questions or comments?
I did have a
Dr.
question
Sprague.
before Katie made the motion, sorry.
That's great.
I'm just looking in here. Can you talk a little bit more about the difference that we experienced in the voucher cost? I don't think that's included on here, unless I'm missing the section, sorry.
Yes, we can look at the proposed budget pages, the updated budget pages, that attachment. And let me see if I can find it. So it was about $200,000 more than we had anticipated. So we are over 2 million in the cost of vouchers for the district.
Other questions? Hearing none. The motion is to approve the 2024-2025 original budget as presented. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Motion is carried. We'll move on to the second, to approve the 2024-2025 certified levy in the amount of $47,635,077.
Do we need to do a roll call vote because Tim's online?
Oh, that's right, we do have to do a roll call vote. Yep, because,
Thank you.
thank you, Ms. Birkedahl. So let us go back to the first motion. We do need to do a roll call because we have a virtual attendee of the board, and so Ms. Stegerwald will give us a roll call vote.
Yes. Are you ready, Mr. Alberts?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Alberts.
Is this,
Aye.
okay.
Thank you. Mr. Vigneski?
Yes.
Ms. Birkedahl?
Yes. Aye.
Dr. Sprague?
Hi.
Ms. Sukla?
Nay.
Dr. Jimenez?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Birkedahl, for reminding us about that. And so again, second motion about approving the certified levy. Is there anything more, Ms. Spring, on that part of the presentation, or are we good?
We're good?
We're good.
Unless anybody has any questions.
Okay, so are there any other questions on this part? If not, I'll accept a motion in a second.
Did we not vote on this already?
We voted on the original budget, not on the actual certified levy.
He's not on the community service levy, he's on the certified levy.
There's two
Two motions
motions
in the same
in the
motion.
first.
No, I know, I'm talking about the community service. When we talked about increasing the budget for it, I thought we voted
We
on it.
did vote.
Oh,
So we're
So now we
still
do it
on
again.
we're still on 3.01.
okay.
Yeah, the first thing is to approve the levy in sum, and then the second thing, we instituted a new process this last time to talk about any additions to the community service fund so that Ms. Sprang could plan the budget for this
Okay.
moment
So
when
when
we
we-
ultimately approve it.
That was like a preliminary vote when we talked about that a
Correct.
month ago or whatever.
Yeah, that
Okay,
authorizes us to move forward to plan for this in the budget.
got it. Thank you.
Back on the agenda. We're not on the community service fund levy yet. We're on 3.01, the approval of the original budget and the levy. We have approved the original budget. We still need to approve the certified levy. So if I can have a motion and a second to approve that certified levy amount
I'll make a motion to approve the certified levy amount.
in the amount
Not the
of
amount, sorry.
$47,635,077.
Correct.
Is there a second?
Sorry.
Sure. Moved by Dr. Sprague, seconded by Mr. Bagneski to approve the 2024-2025 certified levy in the amount of $47,635,077. All those in favor? Roll
Aye.
call. Yes. Didn't seem like there was any discussion, so we will move to roll
Roll
call.
call vote.
Mr. Alberts?
Aye.
Mr. Bagneski?
Aye.
Ms. Berkedal?
Aye.
Dr. Sprague?
Aye.
Ms. Sukla?
Aye.
Dr. Jimenez?
Aye. Now, let's move on to the community service fund levy. So, Ms. Sprang, anything you would like to present on this one?
Yeah, just for clarity, that this, we're approving the levy for this budget. We already approved the budget and the budget increase, but this is the levy. And we're required to do this separately from the full levy.
Thank you for that clarification. That's helpful.
Can I ask, did any of the changes in the numbers that we saw in the previous action item impact the numbers that we originally approved for the budget here? Am I being clear?
For Fund 80? you mean?
Yeah, have any of these
No.
numbers been adjusted with the
No.
new?
It's
Okay.
it's the same as the budget that was proposed and the board discussed and approved.
Because this is a separate levy
This is a
from
separate
everything else.
levy. Mhm.
I meant like the estimated
Yeah.
costs for the program,
Sure.
but yeah, that's all the same, that's good.
Okay. Any questions?
I will make a motion to approve the 2024-25 Community Service Fund levy in the amount of $1,857,600 as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Sprague, seconded by Mr. Bagneski to approve the 2024-2025 Community Service Fund levy in the amount of $1,857,600 as presented. We'll finally get it right. Roll call vote, please, Ms. Steigerwald.
Mr. Alberts?
Aye.
Mr. Bagneski?
Aye.
Ms. Berkedal?
Aye.
Dr. Sprague?
Aye.
Ms. Sukla?
Nay.
Dr. Jimenez?
Aye. Sounds like that passed, and so we are at the end of our meeting. Thank you, everybody. Ms.
For accuracy, shall we go back to agenda item 1.02 and do a roll call vote, since we missed that one?
The approval of the agenda?
Approve the agenda.
Sure.
We
Dot our
can-
i's and cross our t's,
well,
I'll leave it up to
We,
you.
how about we do this? Unless there's objection, we will just rule a unanimous vote for that one. Is there any objection? If there's objection, then we will do a roll call vote. If there's no objection, it's just gonna be marked as unanimous. Everybody voted aye. Any concerns? Okay, I'm hearing none, so we'll mark it as everybody voted aye. It is unanimous. We should be good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Steigerwald, and we will have a good evening, everybody. Thank you.
See you.
Short meeting is like.